It's the most entertaining sport in the world. I'm not surprised. Let's get right into it.
Rip it.
Oh, Bitcoin took a big pummeling today.
Say it again.
I said Bitcoin took a pummeling today.
Say it with your chest.
Bitcoin took a big pummeling today. I like Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
But Bitcoin did take a big fucking fall today, like down by 20%.
Okay, well. Hello, Brandon. What's up, viewers? I'm Jerry
Brandon.
with the MMA Guys. Brandon and Jerry talking trash, episode number 2. So, we're going to go through the Wall Street Journal and give our opinion, which is worth jack shit.
My opinion's worth quite a bit, actually. So thank you, Jerry.
You know, I think I'm trying a little too hard. What's
up,
man?
Mitch?
Don't worry, we're not live. Investors prod Apple on child iPhone use. The iPhone has made Apple Inc. and Wall Street hundreds of billions of dollars. Now some big shareholders are asking at what cost in an unusual campaign to make the company more socially responsible. A leading activist, investor, and a pension fund are saying the smartphone maker needs to respond to what some see as a growing public health crisis of youth phone addiction. What do you got to say about that?
I think the real crisis is people not parenting their own children and leaning on a nanny state to do it for them.
Okay.
Yo, shout out to Sam and Dee
Not
Dee.
getting pet enough. That's the real crisis in America.
I tried to pet him and he ran away.
Oh, Sam.
I gave Sam a little spam earlier.
No, don't feed him too much of that.
No, I gave him just a little nib.
You get fat.
Okay.
Loving it.
The Apple campaign would be unusual for an activist like Jen. All right. Let's see. Adding splash, rock star Sting and his wife Trudy Styler will be on an advisory board, along with sister Patricia A. Daly, a nun who successfully fought ExxonMobil Corp over environmental disclosures.
So now oil spills and children using iPhones are equally as bad as each other, apparently, to these people.
An Iranian oil tanker leaked fuel into the East China Sea after colliding with a Chinese cargo ship.
Whoops.
Let's see. An activist, investor, and a pension fund are launching a campaign against Apple. We talked about
Saw
that.
that one.
Okay, you read the next one.
All right, the 10-year inflation break-even rate settled.
Joke.
An activist, investor, and a pension fund
Walk
are
into a bar.
walk into a bar. An activist, investor, and a pension fund walk into a bar and launch a campaign against Apple, saying it needs to respond to youth phone addiction.
Huh.
It does sound like a joke.
The 10-year I can't talk. The 10-year inflation break-even rate settled at 2.027%, its highest level in months, highlighting investors' renewed economic enthusiasm. Thank you, President Trump. Moving on.
Told you. Well, actually, I didn't tell. I just kind of take a wait-and-see approach, man. Like, everybody... it's interesting, though, because we've had the most controversial president in the history of the United States of America.
Did you hear Oprah's running for president? She announced today.
Who?
Oprah.
You gonna run for president?
She's going to run for the Democratic nomination in 2020.
I don't know how I feel about that.
So it's like two billionaire TV stars.
Get the way.
But now you
He
have
did.
one that's kind of the polar opposite. That if
Oh yeah, they're
anybody's
totally
going,
opposite.
she'll
of each
win
other.
too.
I think she will win.
She'll fucking win that
Because she's
shit.
got, obviously she's got the Democratic vote, but then she's got the women vote and the minority vote locked up.
Not like that, but who doesn't like Oprah?
Right.
Trump got elected and people hated him.
And just like a Democrat, she's got plenty of experience in giving away shit for free.
Oh, you get a tax break. You get a tax break. You get a college education. You get a college education. Why the fuck not? You know, there's two sides of the same
That
coin.
was cute, Brendan.
Mitch, you want to get on this? Mitch just got back from yoga, y'all. We're not live, but we're just filming right now.
What are you doing?
We were just going to read from the Wall Street Journal. I was originally going to read an article, but then I figured that would be kind of boring, unless it was like, for charity. I thought about like for charity one time, like reading all 100 some odd issues of Invincible, but I would probably die in the process, or lose my voice. Yeah, inflation's fucking down, dude. Do you need to get that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead. Here, let me pause it.
Oh, I'm done already.
All right, never mind.
Sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, I was like, the 10-year inflation rate settled at 2.0. It's like, isn't it a negative number is bad, right?
I think so.
I think
that
it
means
is.
the money's deflating.
I don't remember macroeconomics that well. I loved it, but I learned, I don't remember what that number is supposed to mean. So, stock market's through the goddamn roof.
Stocks are doing great.
black unemployment is its lowest in 45
Unemployment
years.
in general, yeah.
Unemployment in general.
And he said during his campaign that the black community would do better under his presidency than it has under any other presidency in the past, and that has proven to be correct.
Did you ever see that YouTube video of the mainstream media going up to that black guy trying to ask him what he thought about Donald Trump being racist? And he had a this black dude's got a Make America Great Again hat on, and he looks at him just like sideways, like he's just about to lay into this dude, and he's like, Donald Trump ain't fucking racist. I don't want a handout from the government.
That's hilarious.
I don't want to be babied by. I'm a grown ass man. Like I want to work. I want to do all.
Good for him.
I don't want to fucking. Bleh, you know. I don't want the government handing me a check, dude. Because it's like if someone's giving you money, you're basically their bitch.
Mm-hmm. So you owe them something. You're in debt to them.
Right. We don't want to be anybody's bitch, man.
No, not today.
Pfizer. Ooh, okay. Pfizer said it would stop trying to discover new drugs for Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
Forget about it.
All right. See, I'm gonna cut this little portion where we trade the paper and stuff, and it's just gonna start with you talking.
Celgene agreed to buy cancer biotechnology concern impact biomedicines for as much as $7 billion. I have no idea what Celgene is.
I think they're worth a lot of money. They got
They're
$7 billion to be thrown around like that.
They're going to buy Impact Biomedicines for $7 billion. Yeah, the pharmaceutical company that make a lot of money. Previously absent.
They're gonna deprogram Alzheimer's.
Huh, that'd be kind of cool.
Previously. Shout out to the Samson. Shout out to Samson. Yo, bring him over here. You can see him a lot better. Yo, shout out to Samson. My man Mitch came out to see me and support me in Daytona at a sold-out MMA fight. This is...
Oh, I thought you meant came out to support you, the podcast.
I
This is
live
my
here.
fucking house.
Previously absent tech giants are planning to attend the CES show seeking partners for voice-operated platforms.
All right,
Like, okay, Google?
I guess so.
Okay, Google.
Okay, Google.
Okay.
I was going to hear one of you.
Google.
You think I'm going to sit here and let you do cocaine, Google?
Sanofi's disclosure of safety problems with the dengue vaccine has complicated
Dengue.
efforts to contain a growing epidemic. Huh. Sanofi's disclosure. So I guess they
Dengue fever.
they failed to disclose something as muddling efforts to contain an epidemic.
Hay fever?
Hay fever?
Hey.
Hey.
fever.
Let's see. Secondhand car sales are surging in China, up 20% from 2016, putting pressure on automakers. Well,
That's big.
yeah, you can make a lot of money as a used car dealer.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone will
I should move
hate
to
you.
China and become a used car dealer.
Yeah, it sounds like a great idea, dude. The noodles over there are pretty bomb, I hear. Oh, wait, I just found this. Why Uber can find you, but 911 can't.
Perfect. It's because everything that private corporations do, there is competition, and the government has no competition, so of course they're going to fall behind a private corporation.
Thanks, Uber.
Thanks, Uber. People are actually, I read recently that people are calling Uber when they have an emergency and having Uber take them to the emergency room.
Because they get there faster than
They
the
get
ambulance.
there faster, and the ambulance costs $4,000 or $5,000, and the Uber ride costs $15.
Dude, way to go, you. Way to go, Uber.
And of course, the Uber ride comes with no nurse, so I'm not suggesting you should do that if you got a major injury.
Plus, they take you in a much nicer vehicle.
Yes, indeed. But people are doing that. I think that the free market wins.
Where'd you hear that?
I read it on Reddit, actually.
Free market does win, son. Dude.
Yes, go free
Free
market.
market. All right. It's about the only thing free around here. Let's see. Merkel began a last-ditch effort to form a government by beginning talks with the Social Democrats. Merkel, I think, is...
That's the German chancellor?
Yeah. Chancellor Merkel. Tried to start a government?
I think that means like a coalition between like different parties.
Last-ditch coalition push. Merkel's policy, a group called No Grow Co. or No Grand Coalition has formed within the party ranks. Rage Against the Machine. On the Apple thing, the investors believe Apple's stock could be hurt in the future by a backlash on issue. Dude, ain't nothing hurting Apple's stock. Sorry.
Yeah, Apple's doing well.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Bow to your new gods. Let's see here. All right, moving right along, Brandon. You got something else in there?
Let's see. This is back to that. Pfizer drops Alzheimer's research.
I'm interested about that.
The cutback will result in 300 employees being laid off from Cambridge and Andover in Massachusetts.
Wait, so they didn't lay off those employees because of that research they discontinued?
No, they did. The cutback will result in layoffs of 300 employees. They're going to use the savings to fund research and development in other areas.
You know what they say Alzheimer's is mainly linked to?
What's that?
Inflammation in the
Huh,
brain.
that's interesting. Take an ibuprofen. Airlines are struggling to clean up after the winter storm in the Northeast caused canceled flights. Did you see that airplane that skidded off the runway?
No.
Yeah, and they're even de-icing planes here in Florida during that cold snap. It was cold.
Oh, damn. Yeah, we had some frost on the ground in Florida. Yeah. Global warming, right? No, seriously, stop polluting the fucking planet.
Yeah,
I'm behind
bad.
that 100%, okay? Anybody that still drinks plastic water bottle, look, this is the only plastic bottle your water should go in. And by the way, the water that is contained in those water bottles, it's not high quality spring water.
No,
you know what that
it's
is?
tap water.
It's your tap water sold back to you at a 17,000% markup.
We should open a bottled water company.
Yeah, we can just fill them up from the sink in
Right.
here in the house. Sell it half the price.
Let's do it.
Dude, free market, bitch. Yeah. All right. And an Iranian. Oh, we already read that. Okay. I like this one. Japan warms to colas with ingredients the government certifies as healthful. It's like a Coke Zero, but with a laxative.
Huh. So
And
it really gets you going, gets
Yeah.
everything out.
Yeah. It flushes out the toxins.
That's interesting.
Tokyo, in a country where grilled fish is a breakfast food and many think the stinkiest soybeans are the tastiest, it stands to reason that Coke is now a health drink.
Wow.
Once a month, Hideaki Iwaya sits at the dinner table for a pizza night with his wife and 2 teenage daughters. They recently revised the routine to add Coca-Cola Plus, which features a government-approved laxative ingredient, hoping it would help their bodies absorb less fat from the slices. Quote, "It's a paradox, a cola that is healthy, but my wife likes it. My daughters prefer it," says Iwaya, a 52-year-old automobile insurance salesman in Yokohama. Quote, "When I brought it into the home, I thought no one would drink it. I was mistaken."
Win fight goes to court. Turbine trials will be test cases of the U.S. and China battle over intellectual property. A dispute over the alleged theft of wind turbine technology is scheduled to go on trial in Wisconsin on Monday, and a test case for intellectual property battles between the U.S. and China. So I guess Company A manufactured wind turbines, and Company B said we can do that too, and Company A is suing Company B for the theft of intellectual property.
Free market.
Free market. You know, there's always going to be competition.
That's right.
You can only stave it off for so long. Why use the forks? Just produce a better product.
Hey, if you produce something good or you invent something, you better get that shit covered, man.
Yeah, patent it.
Yeah, like Spider-Man. Let's see here. Farmers seek a tempered NAFTA stance. Farmers hope to preserve NAFTA, which has opened Mexican and Canadian markets to duty-free exports of U.S. products.
He said duty.
What else here? Damn. Oh, yeah. Seen this part? A large U.S. hospital can go through hundreds of thousands of intravenous bags a day. There is an IV bag shortage.
I did not know that.
There is. And it's actually one of the cheapest things, but again, it's something that they mark up really, really bad because of something called insurance companies. Yeah, 10 cents for an IV bag. And the insurance company, the hospital charges you $100 for it.
That's ridiculous.
Let's see. Yeah. World estimates. Market research firms IBIS World estimates Baxter Holt. Market research firms IBIS World estimates Baxter holds 44% of the U.S. IV solution market, followed by Hospira Inc., now part of ICU Medical Incorporated, with 31%, and B. Braun with 10%. Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston has nurses spending as long as 35 minutes delivering medications using IV syringes.
Wow.
Known as an IV push, the hospital is so concerned it is looking at using glass bottles for patients instead of IV bags.
Huh.
Why not just have them share needles?
Yeah, go for it. It sounds healthy.
There's a Ritz-Carlton opening in Miami Beach. Fewer entries in the first 3 months of the fiscal year reflect tighter Trump policies. So in the first 3 months of 2015, we had 17,000 refugees, roughly. In the first 3 months of 2016, 13,000. 2017, 25,000. 2018, 5,000. Percentage of refugees who identified as Muslim, 41% in 2015, 46% in 2016, 43% in 2017, 14% in 2018.
Wow.
That's in the first 3 months only.
Yeah. Well, 2018 is really, it's just started, so I don't see how they can, unless you have to pre-apply.
Trump feud has threatened, Steve Bannon's leadership at Breitbart News.
Yeah, they had a real falling out. They were good buddies during the campaign in the first few months of his presidency, and I don't know what happened because we're not there in the Oval Office, but those two are not buddies anymore.
I heard he seriously threatened him not to release the book, or he got the attorneys involved for whatever reason. A news conference Saturday at the end of the retreat put on display the tensions between... A news conference Saturday at the end of the retreat put on a display the tensions between Republican lawmakers' desire to focus on the legislative agenda and the president's attention on the controversy. In brief remarks, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Republican of Kentucky, expressed hope for a year of more bipartisan cooperation. House Speaker Paul Ryan said Republicans had a very bold agenda for 2018. I bet. Lawmakers also have a pressing deadline. The government's funding expires at 12:01 a.m. on January 20th. When Mr. Trump stepped up to answer questions, his focus turned again to the book, in which other advisors are said to be concerned about Mr. Trump's mental stability, citing his frequent alarming repetitions. Dude, I have alarming repetition.
Yeah, me too.
I have alarming reputation.
I think I might as well.
Yeah, free market.
Oh well.
Rip it. Mr. Trump called the Wolf Book a disgrace and lamented what he called the nation's weak libel laws that allowed it to be published. I can get behind that. He also defended his academic credentials, saying he, quote, went to the best colleges, or college. It sounds like somebody just correcting himself. He's like, I went to the best colleges, or college, I went to college in general.
Right.
Dude, how many times have you heard me, like, stutter and shit,
Yeah,
I don't have brain damage.
You're the president, you're constantly going to be under the...
Dude, he's probably thinking 24/7.
I'm sure he's a busy guy.
Yeah. If I had somebody in my ear every 24... See, I just did it. There. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm not suffering from brain damage.
We should write a book about how dumb you are.
Suffering from brain damage. Yeah. You should write a book about how dumb I am. Good for you. Hey, you know what? Look, it's going to be the basis of the podcast from now on.
All right.
Hey, I'm not going to stand in your way, buddy. Free market.
We're going to make YouTube great again.
On Sunday, Mr. Trump said on Twitter the Camp David policy talks had gone well, but again assailed the book. Mr. Wolf, who has said Mr. Trump personally granted him access to the White House, which Mr. Trump disputes, defended the book on Sunday. If I left out anything, it's probably stuff that was even more damning, said Wolf on NBC's Meet the Press. Veterans of past administrations and political consultants said Mr. Trump's continued focus on the book threatens to complicate the GOP agenda. Well, something's got to. You need more discipline, not less discipline. And you seem to have little discipline still, said Greg Fuller, who served as assistant to former President Ronald Reagan for cabinet affairs. Now, that was a president that had mental problems. He had Alzheimer's. Did you know that his secret staff or secret service used to actually throw the leaves back into the pool after he was done cleaning it?
Wow.
He would forget he was cleaning the pool, so he'd come out and he'd clean it again. It actually kept him in really good shape.
That
so
makes
it expanded
sense.
his life. Or extended his life.
That was after he was president, though, right?
Yeah. After he went home, the secret service, he would get exercise because they would keep throwing the leaves back in the pool. Thanks, Mr. Russell, for teaching me that. Go pocket, blue darters. Class of 04. Shit, man. I could read this thing still. The president's focus on the book also ensnared members of his administration and other advisors. White House advisor Stephen Miller, Central Intelligence Agency Director Mike Pompeo, and U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley were also among the administration officials who were asked in television interviews on Sunday about Mr. Trump's mental health. Democrats were also asked about concerns the book raised about the president's capacity to do the job. Didn't we just cover that?
Indeed.
I don't think there's anyone in Congress, frankly, of either party who does not concern, at least privately, with those observations and concerns. Hey, you got your hand on the button of the nuke. I want to be concerned about your mental stability as well. Just saying. I think that's reasonable, but I don't think if the guy stutters, it necessarily means that he's brain dead.
I can see both sides.
Dude, Joe Rogan, I was listening to him on the way over here, and he actually said, you know something? I think Kim Jong-un might have realized, oh shit, there's a crazy motherfucker in the White House like me.
Yeah, someone who says what they want.
Hey, there's a crazy motherfucker with his hand on the nukes. Hold on. There may be a crazier motherfucker in the world who's got his hand on the biggest nuclear arsenal. All of a sudden, it's like, you know how you meet like a bully with like crazy?
I can see it.
Right? I mean, all of a sudden there's peace talks now. And the last thing that happened was he seriously threatened him.
I know. I remember.
Someone's in Kim
I've got a bigger, more powerful button than you.
We do. You know we do. You know we do.
I don't think their nukes are even on ICBMs that can reach across the ocean just yet.
Yeah,
they're working on that.
dude. And if they could, you think we wouldn't know about that?
I'm sure we would.
Dude, we know.
And well, you and I might not know about it, but the government would.
Oh, there's a lot of people that know a lot of stuff. That I mean, they've got North Korea. I think they've got North Korea in their reticle. Like any given time, like
Ready to go.
okay, we're going through the drill again. All right, pretending like they're launching and they're gone. Cool. Later.
Right. I see that.
You know, someone launching a nuke.
Especially South Korea, they would get pummeled.
Yeah, I like South Korea too.
They're good guys. They're our friends.
Dude, they're fucking awesome. Some of the best fighters in
Some good food too.
Some good food, man. Yeah, some of the best fighters
Cool
in the
culture.
UFC. Doo Ho Choi. Shout out to Doo Ho Choi. Fucking put on like candidate for fight of the year against Cub Swanson. A little early last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't pronounce his name, but they call him the Korean Zombie because
Okay.
you knock him down and he just keeps coming at you.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, he's a badass. He actually took 3 years off from the UFC because guess what he was doing? Serving the military.
Oh, that's pretty honorable.
Standard, everybody does.
They all do that over there.
Comes right back, wins by KO.
Yeah, but there's a few countries that do that where you join the military or you go to college, but you got to do one of them.
Switzerland,
Right.
I think, is one.
I think Germany does that.
I think Germany does. China,
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure China does.
The U.S. definitely does not. Just hey, you're 18 now. Do what you want.
Do what you want, bro. You can vote and do hard time. That's
Good luck.
about it. Yup.
Can't even drink yet.
Nope. But if you could, would you want to?
I don't know.
Nah. Oh, what do you think of the federal government interfering with the marijuana legislation?
I don't know. I don't even know why. I know why marijuana is legal because I've read about when marijuana became illegal in the 1920s and 30s, but I don't understand why it's still illegal. It seems like a silly law to enforce. I mean, and I don't understand why they would want to interfere in states. I feel like it will cost more money than it will bring in to go to states like Colorado and California and prosecute people for smoking pot.
It's definitely not going to do anything for the addiction rate. If anything, I don't know, maybe the addiction rate has gone down.
Right.
They've actually proven that interdiction, it takes like 100 times. It takes like $100 to bring the. How do I phrase it? I'm going to cut that part. They showed a thing about like interdiction, drug treatment. Well, interdiction costs about 100 times what it would cost for drug treatment to bring the cocaine use down by 1%.
Wow.
So instead of going and flamethrowering the fields in Colombia,
Mm-hmm.
just open up more treatment centers.
That makes sense.
And at like 100th of the cost, you can actually, the aggregate of the efforts will actually bring the total, the stats of cocaine use down.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So, just saying.
There are countries that have totally decriminalized all the drugs, and they have much lower rates of addiction because they focus on treatment rather than prosecution.
Portugal.
Portugal, I was going to say, is the one that comes to mind for me.
Yeah. Not only that, man, but like you take all the power out of the hands of the organized crime.
Mm-hmm. With these drugs, you're supporting like drug lords and terrorist organizations and crime syndicates. If it's regulated.
And you're supporting what they support.
Right.
Which is things like human trafficking,
Right.
sex slavery,
Murder.
to say nothing of corruption,
Mm-hmm.
political corruption. I mean, it's just money.
It's endless money. There's a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, at least put it in the hands where it's like it's like the parent who says, if you're going to drink here,
Right,
where I can
drink
keep
in
an
the
eye on
basement.
you. Yeah. Okay, you're going to go out, you're going to drink, or you're going to smoke pot. Yeah, do it here. Do
Right.
it here where I can keep an eye on you. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. It's
You drink
more
as much.
responsible.
You drink as much as you want, bud.
And then they get it out of their system, and it's not such a taboo. I think a lot of the reasons the kids these days are getting into alcohol and drinking and smoking and doing other drugs is because it's fun and it's like risky and it's going against the grain. Your parents are like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Then it's not so much of a rush anymore.
Exactly. It becomes boring.
Mm-hmm.
Then you realize your parents are cool with it.
Yeah, and you realize it's not as much as people say it is. It's just pot, just a joint, whatever.
Yeah, that's it. Well, hey man, thanks for coming on and
Always.
give us a little shout. You want to give a shout out to anybody while we're at it?
What's up, Ray? I'm sure you'll watch this.
Mm-hmm. And make some funny comments too.
Of course, you always do.
Can't go live, dude. That guy just hounds us.
Every time.
Hounds us and pounds us. All right, guys. If you're looking for something good to do, read something like the Wall Street Journal. We do not read enough, in my opinion. I get a lot of my information on YouTube. As you can tell, I'm a big fan of Jordan Peterson. I'm a big fan of Ben Shapiro, Milo Yiannopoulos, Joe Rogan. Brian Callen and Brendan Schaub. But you know what? There's nothing quite like sitting down in a quiet place, having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, hitting your cigarette or your vape or your joint, whatever the hell, or none. Just sitting down and just reading something off of print. You know, it saves your eyes a little bit. You know, it used to be this was a revolution, and I don't think we do it enough. So whether it's a good book or whether it's a newspaper, you know, find a quiet place and, you know, maybe all that.
Yeah, relax, read a book.
Yeah, that's it. Might help your mental state.
I think so.
Well, again, shout out to Ray, Mom and Dad, everybody out there in the MMA community, all the viewers and subscribers to the MMA Guys. Please subscribe, like, share, and we'll see you back here next time, fight fans.
Ciao.
Rip it!